Welcome to the final episode of my new podcast series, Inner Sanctum. Over the last 3 episodes, I've shared with you my teachings from my spirit guides and my understanding about our journey as spiritual beings. From the very beginning of what is spirit, the energy, where we came from, and how it all starts for us. I talked about our purpose for being on earth, the human experience we all have, and I talked about some of the hurdles we all will face. I also talked specifically about having the understanding to help us cope and deal with loss, grieving, and illness. And in my final episode today, which I've called The Journey Home, I want to share with you through my teachings the process towards our return to spirit and our ultimate truth, the return to a non-human form existence, taking back what we have experienced and, more importantly, what we have learned, to just be a soul without its confinement and energy in its purest form. In the beginning, you came from spirit because you are spirit, and at the end of your life, you will return to spirit. This is the law of the universe for all life. We experience and then we return. We live a life of amazing moments, and we live a life presented with many hurdles. For our preparation back home, we only want to take back what is positive and what we have learned. It's a bit like a colander, sieving through what we need and don't need. All that doesn't serve us has no purpose to us. There is no purpose to us carrying them in our bags home. But of course, the purpose of our existence on this earth is to create that colander and to learn and let go of what doesn't serve us. But we can only do this by experiencing all these situations and hurdles in our life. Is it making sense? Can you more clearly now see the purpose for you being here? Are you ready for the experiences and the hurdles to overcome? Are you ready to prepare to return home with a much greater understanding of what is important and letting go of what is not? It's like a bottle. Every time we return to a body here on earth, or in fact wherever in the universe, in whatever body that may be, it's about each life filling our bottle with what matters. Positivity and love. Just like the animals, it's all about love. Our animals take nothing home but wonderful experiences and love. All they take back home is positive because they understand unconditional love. And of course they have to survive, just like us. And for whatever species they are, this may mean to survive, they have to kill. But it is without any motive, but to exist, as that species has to exist, by eating. And on this journey, you may choose to be a vegetarian or vegan. You may feel this is right for your body. You may feel that you can't eat meat, and that is your personal choice. But I have been shown As long as we treat our animals with kindness and respect, including in the final moments of them entering our food chain, and that these sentient beings feel no pain to become our food, then I firmly know this is totally acceptable by the law of the universe. I can't tell you the reason they have come to this earth as an animal in our food chain, and yet you have come here as a human. It is individual for each one of us in all species, and there will be reasons behind all of this, because nothing is luck or chance. We must live our life and trust as humans and do right by these animals, care for them and treat them with the respect we look for ourselves. We are a species that is designed to eat meat. It's all about the motive and what we do for basic survival. I have been shown that animals not having any life before entering our food chain is absolutely wrong and creates intense trauma for them. We all know how veal is created and what these harmless baby animals go through. Equally, shooting and hunting animals for pleasure? Absolutely not. It is against the law of this universe, and it is not considered basic species survival. When I see how the pheasants are bred in the woods and then released only to hurt and kill them, this goes against everything I have been shown and stand for. I wonder how you see it. How does that feel for you? Thinking about those pheasants in this false sense of security that they have been bred and reared within, only to be released for human pleasure. Equally, humans harming humans with war, control, religion, violence and pain towards each other, including with words that can come from your mouth. Yes, your mouth. Gossiping, spreading hurtful rumours or words, and creating emotional and physical abuse. Something every human is capable of. Even you. All of this goes against the law of the universe. It's hard to step away from gossip, but we have to think about how conducive this way of carrying on is to our soul, how it can harm our soul, and ultimately what we end up taking home. I will not be burdened when I go home. I have been on a long journey of letting go of what does not serve me. And I have been on the receiving end of physical and emotional abuse, bullying, gossip and hate, jealousy. I have worked hard to let go of the damage this has done to my human life and to my soul. And of course, in some areas, it is still work in progress. But I have no intentions of putting any of this into my bag when I return home. It will all be sorted here on earth before. Friends that have hurt me, let me down and used me, I will not hold on to. I let them go. Relationships that have hurt me, let me down, have used me, I will not hold on to them. I will let them go. And wherever I played a part in any destruction or pain to others, I will learn from. I will not repeat, and then I will let it go. As you go through your life preparing for your journey home, there is much that you will need to siphon through with your colander. You have your journey. It's individual to you, and you are always the captain of your ship. You, and only you, will create your final outcome and the weight in your bag you carry through your life. If someone hurts you, ask yourself why. Do you need this person in your life? Or do you need to let them go? If you're hurting and have suffered loss, what purpose is there to holding on to this? What difference will it make? If you have a terrible illness, you seek help. You look at options and find ways to be cured. And if that is the will of Spirit, then that is what will happen. But you still have to make the effort to seek help. You're on your lane, driving down your road. Look for signposting. Look for help. If you continue driving past all the signs and options to explore, then as the captain of your ship, you will probably sink. And you don't want that. Our minds lie to us. Our minds convince us through our lives we are not who we really are. And it started as a child with conditioning from your parents and school, education, from control, from religion, learning about life and society in a way that education has been formatted to teach you. We all accept this. And then we are blasted like a rocket into adult life with bills and stress and worry and expectations and relationships and a neediness. And there never seems enough time. If you have enough time to breathe, then you do have enough time. Don't go through life making excuses for others' behaviour. Don't go through life making excuses for your own behaviour. Learn from these and evolve and grow and become the greatest version you could ever be. Remember the butterfly? Trusting, growing in its chrysalis, ready to emerge one day, beautiful and magnificent. Isn't this what your life should be about as well? Life can be terrifying and isolating and lonely. And it can seem that everywhere you turn, somewhere wants to hurt you or hurt somebody or something. Humans have much to answer for the way they hurt animals and each other. But that is their individual journey to learn from. We do everything we can to help the animals of this planet and the environment. But we can't do it all alone. Every human must find their way and make that change. When they are ready, yes, we can educate others. but we can't force them to listen, not if they're not ready. Do what you can, but remember you are also on your individual path. And as long as you are learning, growing and evolving as well, then your footprints you leave behind will make a huge difference. Maybe not as much as you would hope, maybe not as big as you would hope, but that in itself is expectations and something you must learn from. But with your footprints, there will be purpose and love. The journey home can be a long one. You may live to your elderly. You may not. There are not many humans that are so balanced to their soul that they know the answers to this. But don't live your life looking for the answers to things that will regardless be what they will be. Don't consume yourself with what you cannot change. Because whilst you are doing this, you are missing out on those signposts on your journey to explore wonderful places and meet amazing people and have the greatest experiences. Don't retreat. Don't let others bully you into how they want you to be. Be who you want to be. Step outside, because even if there are storms, the sun will shine again. I promise you this. Spirit is always waiting for you and always watching you. But know this, there is no hell to be concerned with. And the heaven, whatever you dream of as your heaven, is how it shall be. We will all have many opportunities to retread paths where we dealt with situations in perhaps the wrong way, or where hurdles pulled us down and we didn't find our way through. But it would be wonderful to not have to almost relive those days again, wouldn't it? And if you start today letting go of everything and everyone that does not serve you, then there's a good chance you will not have to face those situations again when you return back to earth in your next life. You will have many other lives. This earth you live on now, you will return to again as a child. And the more in tune and balanced you become with your soul, the more likely it is you will remember so much more next time. But it's down to you and how you live your life, how spiritual you become, taking time to meditate, to read and learn, and most importantly, how much you let go of. When I'm ready to return, I want to smile and know I did my very best and that I became enlightened and so much closer to who I really am, my soul. And when I'm ready to return home, I want to be excited, not scared of death, excited to return, to take home all the amazing things I have learned and experienced that were positive, or that I turned into positive outcomes through my outlook and my life and my human mind. I want it to be a life that has worked hard at turning negatives into positives. A life that genuinely cared and loved other humans and animals. A life that respected all life. A life that no matter what was thrown at me, I let go of, and yet still trusted and believed in the truth of who I am. Energy, a soul, a traveller, a moment in time, a flicker of light, a positive flicker of light. Now, I can't tell you what it will feel like in your final moments, but I promise you this: when your soul leaves your body, all of this will make complete sense. You will be that beautiful butterfly, and you will feel so free and feel so much love. And as you fly high, you will fly with many others just as beautiful, just as remarkable. And many of these, yes, you will know. And you will not feel alone. You will feel so loved. Maybe my footprint is simply to leave this podcast here for anyone, for you, who on your journey comes across it. And that in some way, my words from my teachers are heard, and in some way inside ignite something. So what will be your footprint? The caterpillar and the journey ahead. You are spirit, and you will return to spirit one day. And spirit is energy, and so are you. Regardless of species inside of us all, we are all one. And when you hurt somebody with words or actions, you're hurting yourself. When you strike an animal or are heavy-handed, you strike yourself. When you allow ego to consume you, you drown. And when you give up, you sink. But when you smile and care, you are amazing. I sometimes just smile and wave at other people. It cheers them up. It's nice to be nice. And as long as that's who you really are genuinely, then that is your truth. And you are walking a good path. A path of sincerity, honesty, compassion, respect, empathy, and love. It's as easy as that. So what will you do after you've listened to this today? What will you do tomorrow? Will you bury your head in the sand and tell yourself, I'll look at myself one day? Will you fill your head with all the excuses why you can't be enlightened or changed right now? Will you tell yourself it's easy for me to say these words, but I'm not you? I'm not living your life, your journey. Maybe it's easier for me. Maybe it's harder for you. But isn't that just an excuse? You know, you can create a million reasons why you will do nothing more than listen to this and then go back to the life you have created. Or maybe you will sit in stillness and accept you are so much more than the human you see in the mirror, and that you owe that beautiful soul inside of you the greatest experience and life right now, full of self-care and love. And then maybe you will do something about it. You will return home one day regardless of what you do. But don't make it homeward bound with guilt, regret, and negativity. For every moment you are breathing, you have an opportunity to walk your path with your head held high, protected, and never defensive. Wiser, but not opinionated and ignorant to others. Kinder, but not just to others, but to yourself. A positive life, not a negative. And leaving behind you all that really doesn't matter. That sounds like a much happier path, doesn't it? A much lighter path, a more enlightened path. Think about it. Bless you all for listening to the teachings I have been given to pass to you. May your life be amazing and enlightening and full of love. And may your journey home one day be the celebration you deserve. Namaste.